gather the reins back up to normal. Good. You need a little stretch of that inside, kind of inside leg thing. Good. No bigger in the circle. I don't want him way out and up. There. Good boy. Super. Super. Well done. Well done. Very good. Test out the rein by giving left and right. That's right. Well done. There. And bring him underneath the tennis ball, back to the inside, bending on a slightly smaller circle. That's right. Canter there. Fabulous to stay in canter this long. See, the canter is now independent of the other things that you do. Very good. Like, shortening, lengthening the frame or the stride. Excellent. Excellent. And that's your kind of capricious moment. You say, just go down and stretch down. Just for the sake of it. Just because you can and just because you're worth it. That's right. The Ole dressage thing. That's right. Very good. Rising trot. In the rising trot, quietly gather the reins up. If he's not going in, like in a horrible frame, but in front of your leg. Yes, and then calm the leg. Very good. Bring the circle smaller. Excellent. Good boy. Super step. Well done. Calm the leg, but with, suppose what's that old saying, the iron fist in the velvet glove. You know what I mean? Your leg is pristine and beautiful there. Heel down, but God damn if you decide he's going to have a wake-up call with it, then he is excellent. Sitting. Yeah. Bending right, very good. Rising. Super. Bending right, good boy. Excellent. Sitting, and as you cross the centre line, change direction in a, everything you've been doing, little spiral left and super riding. Excellent. That's right. And then don't show the judge's seeing dog. You segue smoothly into that inside positioning. Excellent. Rising. That's right. Lovely, seamless change there. Well done. Bending left. That's right. The idea of him attending to the inside of the circle, being on that inside hind leg. Well done. And sitting. Lower his neck into a full stretch. Good for you. Well done. There it goes. Very good. Don't let him do what I'm going to tell him to do now, all right? And walk. Good boy. Walk. Okay, little bit. Okay, so that's just a test, because I say walk and he's in the right position to walk. It's up to you whether he walks. Now, fabulous ride. Absolutely fabulous. You've developed there authority in your aging. And authority doesn't come from nagging.
I know.
I know you know that, right?
I just don't have that,
Right, but you've got to have something in its place. Yeah. So a teacher who says you just keep your legs still, just keep your hands still, just sit like this, like that, then it's rubbish, right? Because the first level of engagement of a horse is something gets better. First level of engagement of a rider is something gets better in terms of your effect. So our first 10 or 15 minutes, with the kind of like, look like a finished riding. The second level of engagement of the horse is going to start to conform to the characteristics of the movement, the criteria of the movement, working trot, tracking up, stroke, bending, forehand, look, the whole high point. Oh, he was there, and you look like a finished rider as well. Good. But that's not the starting point. That's the line. You watch the guys in the Spanish riding school, they're all sitting for that's not how you run.
Right.
That's how you run. You've had 18 months in the London, a million years in a basically military environment where you're intimidated into riding.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. But you put things in place, and that enables you to keep the legs there. So the pumping is not what you show the judge. You show the judge the same result. But the starting point, how are you standing? You could never say you intimidated him in that, and yet you were authoritative, and you were very good. Fine, that's no problem.
Right, yes.
Rising, sitting, change range, boom, boom, boom. Outline, bend, straightness, impulsion, blah, blah, blah.
Now, just one more thing. Was he too stretched because we're working on something else? Because I felt, that he was stretched. Or was I just not?
Was he in canter?
Yeah, I can't.
Good, I think he was in canter, that's brilliant. No, what I asked you to do is stretch him. You can help me here, Johnny. But I was just joking, right? If you can't do everything from that outline to that outline, that stride to that stride, if you can't keep them in count with that hand all over the time, everything is slightly irrelevant. What happened when you picked him up from the stretch in terms of how he felt? Did he feel softer? Did he feel rounded? Did he feel more available? You said he looked good.
All three. Oh,
Right.
yeah, yeah, okay, good.
And then,
It's not.
and then any degree of, because I think she also, this is what we talked about in terms of, okay, you know, a degree of collection. You know, so the throughness and as he's here and then he's up into sort of from the regular canter you're into the stretching to the regular canter, you're able to maintain his throughness and the sense that it was a complete cycle coming all the way through his body. Well, at some point when he develops a little bit more and gets a little more seated, he will adopt a slightly more uphill frame, so to speak, because his withers will come up more. He's got to keep every element of that throughness and availability, and
good.
as you bring him more seated, and I would think more seated, so that the withers, you know, come up a little bit more and meet you. But so you take all the elements of that and it comes together. There's no piece of that can get lost when you ask the horse to be more seated. Okay?
You see, if he's in what we call an uphill position, with his pole the highest point and his forehead on the vertical,
Hush.
this isn't round because he's like got a hollow here. So when his neck is down, you're starting the process of getting him uphill from your croup to his wither. And as Tanya said, when he sits more, just like in the trot, where he finds it easy, he comes up into the uphill
This will
position.
come up because of
But you don't
seated.
put it up, you sit him down and he lifts it up. But that's why, I mean, I'll be honest with you, it's slightly disappointing you say, is he too long, is he stretched out? And of course he bloody well is.
Yeah,
But the point is not what he was in the stretch, it's when you picked him up afterwards.
I see. Yeah.
He's relatively seated, he's straight, he's round, he's happy, he's in canter without you knowing it. Now
And
that's the means to the end.
And that was probably one of the more fluid canters that he has done. I mean, in a sustained fashion, where to me, it looks like he's on round wheels. Da-da-dum. There's not a hitch in the step. There's not a, there's just da-da-dum, 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 da-da-dum. And that's what has to be developed and preserved no matter what you do. I mean, and we've just been trying to get to having a round-wheeled sort of canter.
No, I see.
And
Which you had a lovely round, right, like canter. But that wasn't a stretch, it was what happened after the stretch.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I think, in his previous training, the canter was bottled together quite a bit, and therefore the gait was not preserved. I mean, so you pick up the canter and he kind of went, hitch a hunk, hitch a hunk, there was not a rhythm to the canter.
Like the cog wheels don't go.
Yeah, that's what I mean by a round-wheeled canter. It all
And then
rolls.
it's breaks.
Yeah, he had a kind of canter that he was very used to doing. And I mean, this was probably the most round-wheeled, using the entire body as one unit, cantering through, that I've seen him do for, that extended period of time.
And
And
the time thing, he can easily for that time without you put effort in.
Right.
yeah, because he's always tends to have that little element of,
Right.
this kind of stuff.
No, it wasn't.
Groovy.
Oh,
And no matter where the canter evolves to from here, it has to maintain these qualities. I mean, you know this in the trot. In the trot, he has to go through. He can't do that trot where he goes.
right.
You know that in the trot. You know that feeling really well at
Yeah,
this point, right?
I do know that.
Yeah, and so you know.